You're listening to the Hot Topics podcast with Psycho 4081, the lovely Lady Lamb Chop, and the fabulous Thelonious Feather. Let's get into it. Welcome everybody to another Hot Topics podcast episode. And if you all was listening, you notice I said fabulous.
You said fabulous.
Yeah.
Okay,
Fabulous.
fabulous.
Like fiber.
Somebody
I
has a
have to
hearing
pay
problem.
attention. I keep forgetting to pay attention.
Like he was, he was about to make a mistake and
I
then
was
said
fabulous.
fabulous.
I was paying attention. Okay, all right. So today's episode, we're going to talk about why do men hold on to women they don't want in a relationship?
Why do men want women they don't want in a relationship?
Why do men hold on to them if they don't want to be in a relationship with them?
I know, because they're selfish.
Period. Podcast over. Move on.
So the idea came because one of the comedians is on Facebook. She put that as her post, you know, and I thought about it. I said, oh, you know, that's something to talk about, whatever. But for that comedian, I don't know her name. I forgot it. I can't believe I forgot it. But yeah, I would never do that to you.
Uh-huh.
And I know you're listening.
Mm-hmm. She must got a big butt.
No, she's actually skinny.
Okay.
With a big butt.
No, you've seen her before. She's like really, really loud.
Who?
The comedian that's on. She be on Facebook all the time making these skits.
I think I've seen that before.
Because you on Facebook all the time or
No,
TikTok.
We don't have the same. Doesn't mean we have the same.
Yeah, I can't
Oh,
imagine
that
y'all
FYP?
having the same
FYP,
algorithm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
All right. Okay. Anyways,
Yeah, you looking at old people stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And probably ass and boobs and stuff like that.
That too.
I don't want to see all of that.
I wouldn't want that on my timeline.
I'm trying to scoop my chair over so when the lightning come and strike you for that one, I won't get hit.
All right. What does when they say men holding on? What does that mean to you guys? Of being women,
Men holding on to women they
just
don't.
the whole thing about holding on. It could be women too, but we're gonna talk about men this time. And then we'll talk about women
Women don't hold. Okay.
and their scandalous selves next time.
Men scandalous selves.
Yes. What does holding on actually mean?
Are you looking at me? Oh, I'm
No,
sorry.
letting go of something. That's it.
You mean for the man will hold him? I
Yeah,
think it's
this
something
country.
that benefits him in some kind of way, either
Okay.
sex or money or prestige. It's something
Oh,
that
they're
benefits
bored and they just need someone to talk to.
Yeah, she could be the in-between girl until he finds something that he really wants. So he's just holding on until the next best thing comes.
No, men are selfish like that. Why you're laughing? Because you approve, you concur.
Wait a minute. I what?
You approve.
I approve. No,
Oh,
what was
you
the second word you said?
Concur.
You know what she said. You know what she said. I'm not gonna let you beat her up in my presence. I'm letting you know.
All right, so yeah, we can all agree that holding on means, and it's not a bad thing. Just that because people hold on.
Really?
Yeah, because you want to hold on to people that you love. You want to hold on to people. You don't have. It doesn't have to be a negative context.
I don't know. In this context, I don't feel like
just said it.
they're
Okay,
in love.
but not.
I said in this context that he doesn't. That they don't want to have a relationship with. You still want to hold because you might love the person.
No.
What do you mean no?
No.
You could.
don't- No.
You
What do
can
mean
you can
no?
still love the person and want to be with them. You just don't want to be in a relationship with them because they might
No.
have some issues. You know.
That's not true.
Then don't be with them. Like,
Yeah.
don't hold on. Then
Then
I
you're
don't
because you're
understand
wasting her
that.
time.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't want to be in a relationship with her. You're wasting her time.
Okay, well,
So,
we're gonna talk
yeah.
about that. Okay, let's start with you.
With me, yeah.
Yeah,
What?
Thelonious. If they don't want a relationship, what do they want?
I just told you.
Sex. A
Sex?
good time.
It's sex. It's money. It's prestige. It's something.
Could be money.
It's
Okay.
it's something. It's
Could be. Yeah.
Could
I think
be
she's a space holder.
a space holder. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we did a poll,
Okay, you and your
and it was
polls.
all women.
Okay.
So
Probably like 2.
98% out of it. No, it was.
I'm just kidding.
1,200
Just keep going.
1,200 women out of 1,200 women. 98% says it was for companionship, emotional support, physical intimacy, or just ego validation.
So they said it was because of all of those things?
Yeah. I'm joking. There was no poll.
I can say, I think they were generous. I can say, I don't know about that.
So let me tell you, as a man, you would typically a guy would want to hold on to any person, not just for those things, companionship. Even though that person may work your nerves or that person, that person's bad for you. any along the lines. You want that, the emotional, physical intimacy, like you mentioned, right? Or like, I think you mentioned that too, the ego thing.
She did. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you said ego. I probably didn't understand what you were saying.
Yeah, because I speak French.
Mr. I'm on a genius level, right?
Well, do you think that men are more likely unaware that that's what they're doing?
No.
You think, really?
No, I think they are aware of what they're doing.
So that means you're suggesting there's a nefarious intent.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I'm suggesting.
I'm going to disagree with that.
Okay.
I think a lot of times I think that particular thing is really about perspective. The woman may think that, you just holding on, you don't want a relationship, but that guy might have other reasons why they're not in a particular type of relationship. It might be, well, I like this person, we kick it off, we do this and that, whatever, but that person might have some items that we need to resolve before. And I'm not talking about just a boyfriend girlfriend relationship, that even take the relationship further. Now if it was something like,
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at your face. I'm laughing at your face because she's looking at you like, what? But go on.
All right, so let me put it this way. So, all right, for example, if you're in a relationship, you're like your boyfriend and girlfriend, right? I'm gonna give you two different scenarios. Your boyfriend and girlfriend, everything is good, but that if you take it higher, there's bound to be problems because you haven't worked these certain things out yet.
Then things aren't good.
No, some things are good. You just can't get over certain, like, all right, let me throw something out there. Let's say, what?
From experience.
No. But I'm just saying, you might have a situation where you just can't get over certain humps, whether it could be trust, could be finances, could be, whatever. You just don't have that confidence to say, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. Let's work these out first. Now, the other person might be saying, well, we've been here together for 30 years, 25 years, and we still haven't gotten married. Right?
Jesus Christ, why are you staying that long?
But it happens.
It does.
Right.
It does, my mother.
So, okay, perfect example. So now, when you talk about somebody who has no relationship, this is why I always get with somebody who has no relationship whatsoever, and I'm saying not a committed thing, then
so y'all just that's just a booty call.
No, you could have an understanding, not really a booty call. You could do things, you could do whatever, but when it comes down to it, don't ask me nothing, and I won't ask you nothing. That type of deal. You get me?
No.
All right. Remember the type of relationship we had? We had a podcast episode on that, and we were talking about the different types, right?
Okay.
So you have a relationship where you guys are really friends, but you could be exclusive when it comes to that. Okay. Remember that part?
Okay.
Right. And one person might want, since we're talking about men, the man might not want to go into the next level because everything's,
or put a name on it.
Or yes, because then that, like you said, it might complicate things. And two, it might be good for now, but later it might not be.
Okay, so I took this topic as we're in a relationship, not just so my answers are based on we're in a relationship.
Right.
Already.
Yeah.
Of course, if you say holding on to something, it means you already have some sort of relationship with that person.
Yeah.
But you're just not trying to.
But there's different levels of relationship.
Whatever. You guys are already having sex. That's the major thing. You guys are already together, having some sort of relationship, talking every day, whatever it is. And then, now I'm like, I'm now emotionally attached to you. But you don't want to let me go, and you don't want to do what I want.
Go to the next step.
You know what I'm saying? So, what are your options? You don't want to let me go. You don't want to put a name on whatever we have. You have to pick. Or men just like to either they're always selfish, normally in life. It's just a man.
I'm glad you can give an unbiased opinion, but go ahead.
Yeah. 99.9% of men are selfish, so they think about themselves all the time. That's it. And then because of their ego, they don't want to get hurt and all of that, but they don't also think about the other person and where she's coming from. Like, how do my actions affect this other person? I can't think for I want this person, I love this person, I also feel this way, but I'm scared to go higher. I don't want to take it to the next level. How about you think about, okay, this other person, number one, age is not on her side. Like she needs to either have a child, or she needs to just do something. She needs something, stability and stuff like that. You're not thinking in that perspective. As long as someone comes home, you have someone to fuck. Someone comes, you're cleaning, you're this, but you don't want to take it to the next level. You just want to remain that way. That is selfish until they now find another person. That is usually
until she finds somebody else.
Yeah. Or he finds somebody else. That is perfect. You know how it's funny how some people, you date them or you cut them for 10 years and then they see someone in a year and they marry them.
And they marry, right. But I'm over here like 5 years ago saying we need to get married.
And
we
then
need
you're
to
like,
get married.
Right,
and you're
but
like,
again, it goes back to,
and that's why half the time women kill men.
But it goes back to, that person, you might not have had those things that you worked out. And then somebody comes along and they got all those things worked out.
Yeah, but
move on.
That's
then.
selfish,
like,
though.
No, but why would you move on? Why would you move on if you're both enjoying that time? It's not just one way. You're both enjoying it.
I've seen on the internet, Nigerian whatever, where
that's always true.
Men maybe they leave their girlfriends. They leave their girlfriends in the house, or someone they're exclusive with, their boyfriend, girlfriend in the house, and they travel to another state to get married to somebody else. They say, "Oh, I'm just gone for the weekend," and they leave the house.
Oh my God.
To go marry somebody else. Like,
that's just downright dirty.
Yeah, they do that. They do that a lot of times. I've seen it pop up where the man, or you're having a child with somebody else somewhere.
I've seen that too.
Yeah, so that is so. Sometimes let's be considerate,
But that happens on both ways. That happens
both ways.
Where women could do.
If I'm gonna marry someone, I'm not gonna tell you I'm going for the weekend. I'm gone. Bye, Felicia.
So I don't understand why. Like I can't understand why, because I'm a woman, and like you said, we have some things going on that we need to know where this relationship is going. Like maybe I want to have kids. We have a ticking time clock that says after a certain amount of time, you're limiting your chances of having children.
Men too.
So stop talking to me. So why am I sitting here for 10 years?
Exactly.
And you know that you have no intention of moving this relationship to the point where we're married, we can have children, whatever. You know that you don't have those intentions. Why are you still letting me believe
or passing time with me
that this is what's going to happen?
GP.
No, it's not GP. And explain what
You're
GP
so annoying.
is.
It's so annoying.
What?
Yeah. I know what.
Okay.
Just for general purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
That's not,
right.
not okay. That is not okay.
All right. So again, since
GP comes with a whole package. The whole package. If you want that, then put a ring on it.
I don't know, because I guess I feel like, and maybe it's my delusional mind, that she's had that conversation with him.
Yeah.
Saying that, hey, we've been at this a couple of years now. What are we going to do?
I don't know. I can't stay 10 years with a man.
10 years is too long, I think.
Yeah.
Even for, I think,
how
even
long
for
do
a
I
guy,
need to stay with a man?
if you're with somebody for 10 years and you're not elevating that thing, we're going to...
You wasted her time. You have wasted her time.
No. It's not
he
wasted her time. She wasted her time.
She's allowed him to waste her time.
Exactly. So it's a two-way thing. It's not like, it's not like the guy has to make the proposal all the time. This is 2000. This is 2025.
No, still. Why would I propose to a guy?
Women do that.
I don't want to.
Women are doing that.
I don't want to force you to do what you don't want to do.
But what do you mean?
Yeah.
So what if the guy proposes and you say no?
I have the time to say yes. So.
Well, that's 50% of the time you get embarrassed. Exactly. Or I saw again on where they said the guy proposed and she said no because she didn't like the size of the engagement ring.
Oh my God! Now that's just being ridiculous. Yeah.
So
that's
to me,
just being ridiculous.
And you might have these red flags that you just can't. You try to say, well, all right, we could work this out, or maybe it's going to go away, or something, it'll resolve itself, but then it just never does. and you're just sitting there waiting and hoping and praying, and you talk to your pastor, and
why you have to bring pastor into this?
Because I'm just using my experience. When I talk to the pastor,
right?
Get that that guidance.
No,
but all right. So I'm gonna assume this. You said that this behavior is always intentional.
I feel like it is.
Sometimes, maybe not.
Sometimes.
Maybe not. Maybe they just string each other along, or he just strings her along.
Sometimes
that's intent to me.
Could it come from fear or confusion?
It could just be like when you're used to someone, you're just used to that person.
Okay, so you just got comfortable.
Yeah,
in this.
and then let's just keep going, and then you're like, okay, this person probably snores in his sleep. I don't want to wake up to that every night. No. Like, okay. And you know what I'm saying? So stuff like that. Like, okay, I can understand why, but then I'm not going to want that. I'm going to, if it were me, if it was something like that, something as minor as that, of course, snoring, we can get somewhere. I can sleep in another room. That's fine. Right. So it depends on what the problem is. Why?
No, but it's different for you, though. That's totally different. Because really all you got to do is get, 6 goats?
For what? For the wedding?
Yes.
I don't know why.
That's so expensive.
Why did we talk to him?
They are more
I deliver you
than
6 goats.
Yeah, right. Bring the 6 goats. Let me see.
Why do we talk to him? Gee whiz.
So could it be fear of being alone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
On both parts, right?
You're right. Okay.
Women, mostly for women, is just the fear. They just string themselves along.
I think
men don't want to be alone.
Men too. They just
either.
won't admit it.
But men can get any girl they want.
Yeah, but then you can't get any girl that you coming home and she's still doing wifely stuff. She's preparing your meal. She's doing all the things that make you comfortable, right? You fear losing that, but you might have.
But you don't want to do it on a permanent basis,
right? Or she's providing that comfort, and then every once in a while, like every week, once a week, every 2 weeks, you get into this big argument where y'all cursing each other out, and I'm just going by what I've seen.
Women, if you have a guy, make him jealous, then just make him jealous.
Then he'll just walk away.
No, if he's scared of being alone,
or you be in the house of Ruth.
Make him jealous. That's it.
What is wrong with you? You did not say that.
This is what happens. The woman makes the guy jealous, right? And you thinking that's gonna bring him back into the fold. No, what happens is
to realize that
right.
I can be lost. You can lose me.
But also that person can say, well, if I can't have you, nobody's gonna have you.
And then that's American thinking.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I looked up the stats.
That's American thing.
It is not an American
thing. We
thing.
don't do that.
I guarantee you do. I guarantee you.
Whatever.
So anyway, fear of being alone, not ready to commit, but still craving the connection.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Get a dog.
Yeah.
You won't be alone and you have a connection. Or
just lazy emotional management, where you just go along and not really think about the future, which is that is lazy. That's I think personally, it's more or less of the not ready to commit but still craving connection.
Okay, so if it is that, he needs to say, I'm not ready to commit. He needs to say that to her.
But they do sometimes.
Would he ever be ready to commit? That's another question.
But sometimes they do say that.
If you're not ready to commit,
if
you say, I'm not ready to commit, okay, we can give it 2 years. Like, at least by then, you should know. But permanently, I'm not ready to commit to you. It's a different thing. Or I'm not
right.
Well, they never say permanently. It's always going to be, I'm
not
right
ready.
now.
When is going to be the right time?
So, and what happens is the woman will put a time frame on there. I'm like, you can't put a time frame because you can't. Because you can meet with somebody, right, and be together for like 2 years and go through everything you could possibly, you can go through. The ups, the downs, the turmoil, the times of adversity, which I always says you have to have that.
Yeah.
Right, to see who you really have. And then after that, like you get stranded on an island, Blue Lagoon type, whatever. And actually after that, you've been there 6 months, this is the person for you, versus somebody who's been with you for 6 years and it's all been gravy because you've been bringing in money. She got his own thing. Everything's been good, right? You had arguments here and there, but you never really built anything on substance. It's never been tested, So that's what they go when everything's good, and then think it's always going to be good until the life stressors come in, right? Or that person might, again, those red flags that we said, all right, that's not a big deal. until it is.
And I also think, and I really hate that I'm saying this out loud, women think they can change men.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
They really do.
True.
And you can't. It's just the bottom line.
Especially when you see Pardon, like he had 20 baby mamas, he had
Right.
all this kind of
you
thing.
said
Like, you
pattern.
feel like, yes,
Okay.
love you too. So yeah, so like 20 baby mamas, 5 baby, then like, okay, what makes you different? What makes you
Right.
think?
Right.
But then we all have this mentality like, oh yeah, it's gonna be me.
It's gonna be
I'm a
different.
different
So
girl. I'm different.
now,
Yep,
and
I'm
that
different.
small percentage, I think it does work because you know what? Sometimes it takes a good woman or a certain type of woman to bring certain things out of a man, right? You might have a man that's just kind of lazy, don't want to do just go through life, whatever. And that special woman comes in and inspires him. Says, you know what? I want to do it because I want to make her happy. I want her to be proud of me. I'm gonna do this, and it does happen.
Unfortunately, I've not been able to inspire him because we keep talking about his outfit every time and never changes. So I'm definitely not the woman for him.
Well, here's the problem with that. He's double nickels, and the likelihood that that's going to change is really slim to none.
Well, no, I'm a perfect example, right? So I haven't always been this way, right? So when we talked about that, right? So it might be
Since when?
no, I haven't always been this way. So when I was out there dating,
Okay.
when I was out
okay,
there,
that was before I knew you. I was like,
Yeah.
he's been this way
Yeah.
since I knew.
because you get to a point where you don't
wait,
have
wait.
that,
When I even knew you, even after, you were not bad. No,
right? So you get to
not until you came back here. That's when you came
But-
very bad.
So again, you start really, not caring about certain things. Your mentality change. Something could have caused you to say, I don't really give a, about that. So you can't. It does happen. You can say, all right. You might say, well, hey, I like going out with such and such, and you gotta go out with such and such to certain places. You gotta dress a certain way, right? And you have fun, and that changes, right? So if you're in a situation where you're not really doing anything, you might be depressed. You might just be, have this.
Are you depressed?
I'm not talking about me.
I'm
No. But I was saying you might just not, give a damn or whatever.
no, that's you.
And but then you might have somebody that says, well, hey, let's do this and do that and whatever, and you start enjoying it and you're motivated, so things change.
Okay, so you saying if
So-
Polonius and I said we gonna start dressing up once a week and go out, you're gonna start doing that.
I would do it.
Okay.
I would do it.
We're gonna test that theory, and
And then he's
we'll
gonna-
let everybody know.
He's
I
gonna
have
put-
dress clothes.
He's gonna put on
Some stuff they ain't never
no. He
worn.
can put on a lovely shirt and then
Okay.
put on the stupid jacket.
The jacket.
We're gonna test that theory, and we're gonna let the viewers know what happened.
Okay. All right. You're funny.
No dog walking clothes. None of
No
that.
dog walking clothes.
Nope, none of that.
No Costco clothes.
All right. So we talked about men. Is this really about men, or do people of all genders do it?
Oh, I definitely think women do it too.
Okay.
I definitely think.
Okay.
I've heard my girlfriend say he's just a space holder.
So
I
it's
think
not
women do
okay.
it
So it's
too.
not a gender thing. It's not a cultural thing. So people do it different. Okay.
Oh yeah, for benefits. Women mostly for benefits. Like, okay, maybe he gives me money, or he, for the sex, or
Right,
whatever.
right.
Like, okay, pending the time I find someone, he might not be all that for me, but just someone to
For the
while away
right
time.
now. Yeah, for the right now.
So how much of this ties to ego and control
For men, yes.
for men?
I think for both.
But I
I
think
can't
for both
say.
too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think for both.
Yeah, but
Like
both,
ego.
but more men. The
Men
ego,
I don't know.
thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
because,
Women, there's no.
I got this person at home and blah blah blah. She does this, that, and that, whatever. And
But when I want to go tip off, I can go tip off,
Right.
and it's not a big deal.
and you can go out together and show her off, and so I can see that. I can see that.
True.
Yeah, okay. So- is the fear of the woman moving on to someone better? Is that the
Yeah, that too. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
yeah.
I think so.
You're not giving out the all, your all, and then you feel like, okay, there's somebody. She deserves more, and
Right.
then but you're just-
no. She
Yeah.
deserves what we give them.
she deserves
Oh,
more than you
gosh.
give, and then she's a gem.
And it might be that's what she thinks. You
No,
might have
half the time she's a gem.
No, it's all perspective. Sometimes,
Half
let
the
me
time
tell you,
she's a gem.
let's be realistic. Sometimes women have a inflated view of their importance or their whatever that they give to the world.
Oh, wow.
Women, in especially in a relationship, how they see themselves.
Well, I do that.
Men too.
I was going to say, men don't.
Yeah,
What is
men
wrong with
too.
you?
But when in this context, you're saying, well, you know, you're holding on to such and such, and I deserve better, blah blah. No, sometimes you deserve less.
Oh.
It just happens that way. I mean, let's be realistic. Sometimes you deserve less, and I'm only saying this because we're talking about men. But if the conversation was flipped, same thing. Men deserve less, you know. So they don't deserve what they have, you know.
And, you know, there is a set of women out there who are just happy that somebody is with them.
Yes.
Which is unfortunate.
Yes.
You know, that's unfortunate. And I think sometimes the men know, because there's a certain set of men who know to zero in on that emotion and just be like, I can do whatever I want. She just happy that I'm here, you know.
Where
Which
they
is
at?
sad. Y'all, I can't threaten him on air to be out there when we go to court. So,
Okay, so again, why don't they just let her go? That's what you said.
yeah,
Why don't you just let her go?
Just go on, move on, go to the next.
Breakups are hard too, you know.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
absolutely.
a big one too. Yeah,
Absolutely.
You might not want to get a knife thrown at you. You might not want to, you know,
And
hurt the
especially-
person.
Imagine
see him crying
living,
and all
or
that type of-
living together, having to move out, stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a
Yes.
big.
Yeah.
It's a big.
Yeah.
So does
Both of y'all live there unhappily?
Yeah.
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 So does communication have a role in this?
I don't even know why he asked these dumb questions. You know it's true. You
No,
know.
some-
Because yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
no. Sometimes, but you might. And I'm gonna tell you, most of the time, women do communicate these things very well. They do, and a man communicates it too. That's where you have the problems. But sometimes you get the people that just blow it off, or they might not even. You know, we're assuming that person is. We call it have the emotional intelligence.
Right.
We assume that.
Right.
They might not even know.
Right.
She might not know why she keeps this man in her life, knowing she wants more.
Right.
But she's still happy with him. You know,
On some level.
but
Yeah.
society, here, that's another one. Society plays a role. The society says, "Oh, you must be this. You must
Right.
have this."
Right.
You know, and a guy might be like, "Okay, everything's fine. Why do we need
Any of
society
that?
yeah. So
Yeah.
it could be, you know, both. It doesn't have to be always, you know, a bad thing. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. No. I don't know. Yeah, you know, it can't be a good thing if he's just holding on. Like, how is that a good thing? Especially if he's holding on with the idea that I know this isn't a long-term thing. If you start out, we just dating, that's all we're doing. You know, maybe a little bump and grind every now and then, and that's all we doing. And both of y'all had a clear understanding. Fine, that's all you're doing.
Sometimes clear understanding change. Some people's feelings change and emotion changes.
That's true.
So and then it gets complicated and stuff like that. Sometimes you just go into a relationship with, okay, let's just go with the flow. Let's just do something while I'm bored or something, and then she grows on you, he grows on you, and then you can't go back and say, hey, let's break up or whatever. It could be something from the start, like, oh, okay, it's a taboo for us to be together or whatever, you know, maybe sometimes genotype or whatever, like SS. Oh, you guys don't use that genotype.
No,
So like SS and everybody marries everybody.
So they don't test things like that ahead
They
of
don't
time. Most of
test.
the time they don't
Right.
do it. You know.
Oh,
So where you guys, so
it's
you
a
know
big
going
thing.
in,
Right.
Yes, it's
hey,
a
we
big
need to
thing.
make sure these things are checked.
Yes.
Right.
So so like
Yeah.
SS, AS, and then you guys get married. You know you're not supposed to.
SS.
And AS, no.
AS.
Or SSSS,
SC,
no. All those
ASS.
ones, no. So you should not be. You're not compatible. So why are you giving me the eye?
Because there's something wrong with him. Let's just put it out
So
there.
yeah, so stuff like that. So you know, we should not be together.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and then
But you do it anyway.
yes.
So-
And then you know you cannot go further because you can't have kids. But I think these days they have medication or whatever. No, but I don't still think so.
I wouldn't
don't
risk it.
think- Yeah.
All right. So knowing what I know now, but beforehand, I never thought about it.
Right.
Never thought about
Right.
it.
America's supposed to be.
I never thought about it
Advanced.
until she started
Yeah.
talking about it. I never knew.
Never thought about it. But But when my children were born, you know, you go see the doctor to talk about this and that, whatever. So okay, well, yeah, we're both AS, right? It's like, oh, there's a good chance that
You have
Something-
but
right.
at that time it's kind of too late.
Right.
Luckily, we got the good percentage came out
Right.
for both kids,
Right.
you know. But yeah, you don't think about stuff like that.
Oh,
You
we
guys
do.
do. So
We
like,
do.
right, so
Yeah.
I'm AA and you're what? You're ASS.
You're not. No, that's you. Not me. I'm AA.
Oh, but you're
All right,
ASS.
I have no idea.
There's no ASS. What you say? AS?
You know what?
Wow.
You know what? I was just like, why are you talking to him? Why are you talking to him? So at some point, we definitely need to have this podcast about that,
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
genotype, because
Genotype.
we
So-
don't.
You guys
for the
don't-
most part.
Well,
we
one
really
do.
don't.
We do. Okay, so genotype is like really important.
Okay.
And then after comes blood group, but genotype
yeah.
is very, 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 very.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing we do going into
Now, this is before you date or before you get married.
before you date, like
Okay,
dating, even
okay.
dating, like okay, now we're talking about marriage, because dating, you want to know that okay, what regardless of what happens, I'm safe, we're safe, we can get married.
Okay.
You know? So
okay.
just know.
So when it becomes serious,
Right.
Yeah, so
right.
just know in advance that okay, you're AA, I'm AA, or you're AS, I'm AA,
Right.
but not SS and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know, so because yeah, but these days I think things that, but still they don't recommend you don't do any of that.
I want to kick him so bad.
So they recommend not doing any, because the kids half the time they don't live long,
Oh, okay.
and
okay.
they're usually in pain. They have
Right.
pain,
Aw.
like bone pain
Yeah.
from birth till forever,
Right.
and they don't live past a certain age.
Okay.
So getting back to the top, because we're going to have one on that.
Yeah,
It's
we
called,
definitely need to
episode
talk
called
about that.
Before the Baby Comes.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing to bring up. So can we say the responsibility on that should be on both people?
Yeah.
You mean the responsibility as far as what?
Of-
Holding on?
Yeah. So if a man is holding on without being in a relationship, who's responsibility? Is that both faults?
I mean, does she know he's just holding on? That's the other thing. Like, he's not going to walk around saying, I just got you here until I find somebody better. So
Well,
how does she know he's
I don't
holding
think
on?
I don't think that comes up until you, like, one person says, "Hey,
I've had enough of this.
yeah," or I want
A,
more.
B, C, and D.
Because they could just be going through life, enjoying each other's company and having the time of their life, loving each other to death. And then somebody says, either one of them says, you know what, I think we should do this. Because in the back of their head, society says we should do this.
Don't
said-
put that on
and then
there.
they go like,
don't,
she-
It
don't
is.
put
She-
it in the
she-
back of their head.
And then they
Don't
go,
put that on
she
there.
just messed it up. She said the M word.
Right. And his head, that's exactly what he's
Right.
thinking. Like,
Right.
she done messed it up. Yeah.
Right. My
And
mom
don't-
just called me.
Because she knew you was acting out of pocket. That's why she called you.
So, but, okay, so is a 50-50 thing on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, it's horrible if he knows that that's what he's doing. If he knows that that's what he's doing, then that's not fair. But I also feel like karma's going to get him, and he's going to be with somebody that he wants to really be with, and he's going to be her placeholder.
All right, so 2 last questions. Both of you. How can you tell if the man is just figuring things out or deliberately wasting your time?
I don't think you can tell.
You
Can
can't?
you? Unless he says it. Like, how can you tell?
Little things that pop up, little,
Except for that stuff like red flags, little.
or like you say, yeah, when I, 5 years from now, when I go and I'm living in such and such, and y'all didn't discuss us, right?
Yeah.
So little things.
Okay.
So you have to pick up those little things
Yeah.
and kind of have the conversation.
Okay.
All right.
Like, where am I in your picture? Where am I in
Yeah, oh, there you go.
your future? I don't
Exactly.
see you putting. You're not thinking
And
about
it's probably more likely that she's going to be the one that says, I want to have A,
yeah,
B, C, and
like
D.
or when we have our kids,
Yeah.
and get married.
No, just by my experience with my friends, even when I was back in the Navy, we thought those things out too. Because we always had these ideas like, yeah, I'm gonna have these many kids, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this. We already had that in our head planned for the most part.
Okay.
Responsible people, most of it. But when you get the woman in there, the woman can change that. The woman can change that. I might see my friend going through his relationship, and my friend over here going through his relationship, and I'm like, no, I don't think I want that.
Okay.
So that does make a difference. So now, When is it time to give up the giving the benefit of the doubt?
You talking about for her?
After
For her. Yeah, now we're talking about
Definitely
her,
not
her
10
perspective. Should it be a time limit?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it should.
What's your time limit?
So for me, it depends on the situation, right? Every
Right.
situation is peculiar. Like, so if it's like, okay, he's waiting to get a better job or get something better, you know? So
Okay.
it could be that. Like, okay, he's trying to be able to provide, to be a provider for us. Like, he wants our situation to be better
So
before
you
we
want
go to the next
exactly. So you can understand if a man doesn't want to get married till he has all these things.
step. Yeah, but then
done.
all this time, I'm not going to wait 20 years. for-
Right.
So what's
Or
between,
10 years
Between
or-
what and
2
what?
years. 2 years is the most for me.
2 years?
I
Yeah.
would max out at 5. I would max
2
out
years
at
for
5.
me.
Okay.
Yeah,
You can get your shit together in 2 years, we're done.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what do you guys think? And I'm gonna put this on social media as well as a question. Why do you think that men hold on to women that they don't want a relationship with? I want to know. You guys let us
Because you're
know.
selfish.
Then we're gonna come back and we're gonna ask the same thing about women.
Women, right.
Right.
So we'll do part 2 about women.
Okay.
But I got a feeling the answers are going to be the same. Or at least close to the same, probably.
Yeah, that's a pretty deep conversation if you really get into it.
And it'll take a long time because there's so many variables in there.
Yeah.
You know, so many things that could be different. But, you know, just on a side note, my mother was with somebody for 20 years.
And she was happy.
They never got married?
Never got married. No, they broke up.
They broke up.
Because she wanted more.
And, oh,
After 20 years,
And after
years.
20 years, it took her that long to figure it out.
were kids involved?
No, we were already here. Me and my sister were already here. They didn't. Yeah.
So
they didn't have kids together.
so but
Okay,
at a
wait,
certain
wait.
time, at 30
They didn't
years,
have kids together?
No.
When they broke up.
Yeah.
Oh,
but at 30 years,
so she waited 20 years to break up with him before?
Yes.
oh, 20 years. You said 20 years?
20.
All right, so at 20 years, what did he say? I mean, what could he have possibly said after 20 years?
I don't think it was him. I think it was her.
Oh,
I think
so
she
she
was
didn't-
just like, this ain't going nowhere. I'm over
Okay,
this.
okay.
Like, this is not going
She didn't
anywhere.
give
I'm
him the
done.
option?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah. But at his funeral, we found out he was still married.
Oh, so was a reason
So
why
that's why he never made a
okay.
commitment to her.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
I don't know if she knew that or if he, you know, I don't know if she knew that.
Okay.
But, and maybe that was the thing, you know, when I get divorced, we'll get
Gotcha.
married.
Gotcha.
So who knows? That was the ultimate holding on, right?
Well, I'm giving you 6 months.
Okay, so the word of the day is going to be holding on. Are we okay with that?
Yeah.
Holding on. Holding up. What song was that?
Holding on.
Don't-
Jeffrey
don't do
Osborne.
that. Don't do that.
Oh.
Don't do that. Don't sing.
People make the world go round.
Okay, so thank you everybody for joining us. I'm sorry that this was a short show, but we will do round 2 soon.
See ya.
Thank you, family, for listening to the latest episode of Hot Topics. As usual, listen, like, share, subscribe. Ta.